Well, yeah, last week we started out, the first two practices were in shorts, and so we were working a lot of things footwork-wise and technique-wise, stuff like that. But when you put the pads on, that's where you really find out where you are. And, I feel like offensively we're making strides every practice. We're not where we want to be yet, and so we just got to continue to work every practice and work on our execution, continue to improve.
Can you talk just maybe the physical, being in pads, what do you think about your unit's physical play? I mean, how close are they to work, kind of what you're looking for?
Yeah, we talk about technique through toughness, and it's our pad level was really high the first padded practice. We were better the second practice. It's going to be interesting now to see where we are today, pad level wise. So the film will determine that. But I felt like we were better again today. So we just got to continue to play with better leverage with the pads.
The competition at the offensive line spot. I know you want more depth there, but do you like some of the competitors that you've got there with the numbers you have to work with?
Yeah, I do, and I think Coach Mahoney's doing a great job of moving guys around. We're moving guys from guard to center and center out to guard and tackle to guard and vice versa. So, we've said this to those guys, is that they're going to have every opportunity, but then we're going to play the 5 best guys. And so, we don't want, say, the 5th best backing somebody up and not being in a lineup. So that's going to be important for us to evaluate that and for them to show us who they are.
How is Brett Kendrick looking at the tackle spots?
I think he continues to get better every day, and I think I like how he's improved through these padded practices. He's got to continue, like all of them, to play with better leverage. But I like where he's at and where he's going to, I think, continue to go.
He talked about the enthusiasm that you show working with the offensive lineman. Is that a little pet project of yours?
I enjoy that. I enjoy coaching those guys. I always have, and I played in that position, so I enjoy working with those guys and what they go through on every play. So I do. I like going down there with any opportunity I get.
You've been asked already, but what have you seen from Quentin already? How have you seen him progress so far?
Yeah, we have to remember that he should be in high school right now, and he's out here, and we've thrown a lot of football at him, and I really like how he's handled it, and he's got really good talent, and he's working hard, and he continues to get better every practice. So I just like the way he's going about this right now.
I apologize if you've asked, but having Coach Hoke around, what's that been like? I know you and him go back a ways.
We go back
to Michigan back in the 90s.
Well, we go back farther than that. He says that I was his coach. Well, I was a graduate assistant at Ball State in 1978, and he was, I believe, a junior. So he says I was his coach. Now, he's just trying to make me feel older than him. I'm only 1 year older than him, I think. But it's really good to see. We've had a great relationship for a long time, like you mentioned, and he's a guy that's passionate about football, and it's really good to talk to him about football.
So you trying to just get some extra eyes from him, or is he trying to learn, or is kind of just...
No, he came here. He came here to see how we practiced and everything about our program here. But you always share ideas. So he's a great resource, and so yeah, we share ideas all the time with everybody. So anybody that we do that. So.
Coach, working with Josh Dobbs in the period of practices you have and the time you spent with him, what are some of his skills that excite you about what he can do this year?
Well, I think first of all, I think he's got a very strong arm. He's got a quick release. I think he's really improved his feet, but he's not there yet. Sometimes he gets in a position where his feet aren't in line to make that particular throw, and so he's got to continue to work at mastering his footwork. So we talk about 3 quicknesses at the quarterback position: the mental, the arm, and the feet. And mentally, he's quick that way, and he's got a strong arm and a quick arm, but he's just got to continue to get better with his feet.
What do you believe in terms of line of scrimmage adjustments, audibles, that type of thing? What's ideal for you and what you'd like the quarterback to be able to do and handle in a game?
Well, there's a lot to playing quarterback. In the run game, protections, all that. And so there's times he has to make adjustments with plays, and there's other times he doesn't, that maybe the coaches, maybe we make the adjustment because we're a no-huddle offense. So, again, he's very smart. We all know that, and he's into football, and he does a nice job with the things we're asking him to do right now. Yep.
Has Brady gone to any other spring practices at other schools? Or?
I believe so, but I'll let him talk about where he's visited and things like that. So I believe he has. So I think he's got other plans too. So
I missed it, but how nice is it to have a familiar face here?
Oh, good. We were just talking about that, previously, and I mean, I've known Brady since he was a college football player, and I was a graduate assistant, so we've gone, a ways back, and I've always valued him as a football coach, and as a friend, and a great resource. So, we're sharing things in a lot of ways.
You mentioned Quentin's talent earlier. What stands out to you when you actually just see him, up close, when you get to coach him up close in terms of his
He's got a really strong arm, and he's doing a pretty good job with his feet right now, getting in position to make all the different types of throws. So, they're throwing a lot of coverages at him. And a lot of times in college, you don't see multiple coverages. You might see maybe 2 coverages. Well, they're playing a lot of coverages over there. So, that's just where he's learning. He's learning about every play against all coverages all the time. So, he's doing a good job of that.
What do you think of Juwan so far? What stood out about him? What's he done well?
Well, very athletic, which everybody knew, and I really like right now his mentality. I mean, we're really letting Nick Sheridan take him and start from ground zero and really build his knowledge and build his mechanics and all that. And Juwan just continues to get better as he goes through these practices. So I like what he's done.
Where are the developments with that so far? What are the kind of key things you wanted to work on with him mechanically, and what's gotten better?
Well, basically throwing the football. He ran the football a lot in high school and was very athletic that way. But just all the throws. I mean, there's a lot of throws in this offense, and so just mastering those throws, technique-wise, footwork-wise, where he's aiming, all those kind of things. So, it's a tough position, and he's doing a good job of just continuing to get better every practice.
How big of a process is that going to be for Juwan? I mean, is that something he can do in a spring or 1 year to get to the point where he can make those throws?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think that that's unknown right now. So we just got to continue to work with him, and just we're giving him a certain amount of football every day. We're not throwing everything at him, and so it's kind of unknown how far he'll go, but I really believe he's into it right now. He'll continue to grow with it.
There was some talk of him being an athlete, kind of coming in terms of maybe not having a position. Is he going to stay at quarterback indefinitely at this point?
Sure. Yep. Yeah, he sure is.
Mike, what have you seen from your receiving core? I know not all of them are healthy. Marquez is limited, and Jason's out. But what have you seen from that group?
Well,
what do you like about that group?
Well, I like their work ethic, number one. I really like the way they work at route technique. I think Zach does a great job teaching great route technique, and so I really like them as far as, again, work ethic, the speed they have, the techniques they're working on. So they're doing a good job. Good.